Welcome back to the channel. We're doing our Baldur's Gate 3 Thief/Rogue playthrough. We're continuing it. We're actually going to go back to the mountain pass. We've kind of completed the Underdark area here. We're going to go back to the mountain pass since I don't want to skip that since I am heavily Zell here. So we're gonna teleport out to Joaquin's Rest. I think that's the closest. And then we really probably need to camp.
There is work to do.
I think we're not that bad, but I do want to camp. I got some things I do want to take care of because we really don't need the rest right this moment, but I do want to like get a rest before we go move on. Question is, do we need to short? Maybe we can just go to the camp and check in, and it's actually doing the rest. Okay.
Repositioning.
I do just want to kind of talk to everybody, I think.
Have stayed interesting.
I haven't done that in a while.
Hey, soldier. Why not? Let me see if I can paint you a picture. The year, 10 air. The place, sleepy little town called Baldur's Gate. Our hero, Karlach, a knock-knee delinquent from the outer city with everything to give and nothing to lose. I was a kid looking for a way to fill my days and make some cash when I fell into the wrong crowd. Worked for a guy I respected. A lot. Turns out the feeling wasn't mutual. Through the jigs and the reels, he made a deal with Zariel behind my back. You know Zariel, right? Archdevil of Avernus. The two of them conspired to give me a little gift. Hear that? Infernal engine for a heart. Lets me burn as hot as the hells. Seems to be running in overdrive since I left Avernus. Won't be seeing my mechanic anytime soon, so I'll just make the most of the extra heat. Just don't get too close, till I've found a way to calm it down. High pain tolerance, and a dynamic duo of truly shitty bosses. But it's a bit early in the game to be getting into tragic backstories. Let's save the Scar show for later, after we've worked up an appetite for tragedy. Meanwhile, I'll need to find someone who can tune up my engine sooner rather than later. Believe me when I say this thing is hot. The first time I faced down those paladins, they let slip there was an infernal mechanic in the area. A tiefling. He might be able to stabilize things, if I can find him.
Yeah, it's late for that.
Sounds like a good lead. Hopefully our guy will be among them. A tune-up would do this old tub a world of good.
I think we're a little late for that, aren't we? Haven't they already left? Okay.
Gives me energy. Power. But you've seen it in action. Very hard to control. If I'm excited at all, angry, nervous, delighted, enticed, I burn hot. Hot enough to burn anyone who gets close. Agonizing. God's what I wouldn't give for a hug. A pat. Anything. You've never met anyone so desperate for a hug as this one right here. Pathetic perhaps, but true. It's my lot to bear, and I bear it badly. Ah well, can't have it all, can you? Not today, at least.
And
What can I do you for? Depends on the type. Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for improvisation. That's the only way to survive them. Anyway, what were we talking about? We were both part of Zariel's inner circle. Her by choice, me by force. In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. Sure, I've got the engine, but I wasn't even her strongest fighter. She favored me like a child favors a captive pet. Mizora envied the attention, I suppose. I'm sure when Zariel gave her the order to hunt me down, Mizora was delighted. I don't know. You'd think she'd have more important things to do. Devils and their pride. No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the betrayal. It had the makings of a good stage show, but I did not want to be one of the players.
Moving in.
Yes?
He had nothing to say.
Always at your side.
Speak.
Nope, nothing there either.
You wish to speak?
Impressive. Most would quake at the mere thought of delving that far into the Underdark. What did you find? That sounds like what you need. But the next part of the journey mightn't be straightforward. Or safe. It may prove impossible to avoid the Shadow Curse entirely. But if you find any way to limit your exposure, seize it.
Wonderfully. If I'm honest, the grove was too comfortable for my tastes. I felt removed from nature. I'll miss my books, but I can find all the wisdom they contain out here, firsthand. I'm sure something will come to me, given time.
Torch in a barrel. That's pretty cool.
Well met. A possibility that's kept me awake countless nights. But I don't have a clue where to start, other than play her games and play by the rules. That's the only language devils listen to. It could well be. She has the blighted thing. What I know of it is simply what has engraved itself upon my memory. My contract is very clear. I can bring Mizora no harm. She'll have to let me out of my pact willingly. The only way out is if I can out-bargain her. We're standing here with nothing but the clothes on our backs and the worms in our heads. We can. I'm sure of it. How glad I am that you see me as more than my patron's pet.
I mean, technically, I see you as an Eldritch Blast person, but
My condition is worsening again. I need to consume some powerful magic or it may become volatile.
wait, what? Okay, so what's the worst thing I have on me right now? I think we can... That's wild. Yeah, that's a good one to... That's a good one to donate, isn't it?
Thank you.
It is a strange experience. Each time anew. Like her. Lost soul is spelunking through the darkness that is me, only to be sacrificed on the dread altar of the heart. But... this doesn't feel quite right. It never feels right, but it relieves. This doesn't relieve. Oh. The magic isn't having the effect it should have. It's not like the last time, like a rainstorm that quells a forest fire. It merely drizzles. The embers still sizzle, the fire remains undefeated. I'm not certain what's going on, but nothing good. Please, I need to think. I need to retrace my steps to a glade of calm and think. Thank you for the artifact. A great deal of trouble it was too. A great deal of trouble indeed.
Wait, does he buy
Thank
things?
you for agreeing to find Wulbrin. It means a great deal to me. Indeed.
Can't throw him? Oh. Gonna throw him. Alright, let's see. Is that everybody? Except for Shadowheart, I think.
So, that's what people mean when they talk about butterflies in their stomach. Did you want something? Very serious of you. But go ahead. Even if I could remember, I'm not sure I'd tell you. I don't want your ego to get overinflated. Fine. What's on your mind? Quite splendidly, to give credit where it's due. You and I have shared some good times together, and it seems we have plenty in common. I suppose some would commend our actions. Goblins would have razed that whole place to nothing if it weren't for us. No excuse to rest on our laurels, though. We've still got our own problems to contend with.
Alright, time to leave. Okay. So now we're going to head to the mountain pass.
goes nothing.
Let's just make sure. Okay. These are done, except for that. These are elsewhere. Elsewhere. I couldn't find a way to get to Efner Grimforge, so I'm assuming it's elsewhere. He is in... well, he was. I think he's probably gone now, isn't he? Yeah, it looks like everything has been completed that I can complete on this side of it. Well, where are we? There. Alright, let's move forward.
If not over, then through.
Wait. These markings. Tirsu's script scratched in the ground. A creche must be nested in the temple below. We must go there at once. Githyanki writing. Every word a wheel, every letter a spoke. The most powerful texts are engraved in slate. Some so ancient, only the most erudite Gish can read them. Very well, you may lead. But if we stray too far that our chance is lost, I'll make my way there alone.
Okay. So what we want to do here, what I do want to do is I want to remove that helmet, at least. Why do I not have a helmet on wheel? I mean... he's not proficient with the middle. That's probably why he doesn't have a... do want to do that. I want to hide it during dialogues. That's what I want to do.
No traps, please. More for me.
Civilian. The Goblin camp? Just another Goblin camp? I do want to see where this goes. If it messes things up, we can reload. I just want to see if this goes back to the first Goblin camp. Yep. We're back to the other section. Okay. Okay.
Anything of use?
No, I must have been there before. Alright, we're going back.
Light on my feet. Let's see what this does.
Blessed be you, pilgrim. Take respite now in the dawn's loving gaze.
Never a dull moment. Shouldn't have wished to live more interesting.
I really need to do something.
Decorated with a grinning face, this cold iron flask is sealed with a brass stopper. Disguised among the decorative elements, you notice a familiar arcane engraving. This is a powerful magical item, capable of trapping and holding a creature. The sealed stopper suggests it is inhabited.
Okay. Alright.
What am I to do?
Why don't you read
Worth a
this
try.
plaque?
Blessed be you, pilgrim. Take respite now in the dawn's loving gaze.
And, well, in it. How much farther can I go?
Okay. That wasn't exactly what I expected. eventually here, maybe?
Out of sight, out of mind.
It says I'm out of thing, but it did not. How many hit points did all that gas? That's quite a few.
Fall by my hand.
She got stunned. What will this turn do? There's really no way for him to get out here, is it?
Wonder if the gods are watching me. If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine.
Does she not have... Oh, she does have cleave. Yeah, we're gonna let that go, I think. He revived it, and the Cloak of Daggers killed it immediately. What does she want to do? I want to try to turn again.
On the victor's path.
Do I want to do another one of those? Hmm. I think that's the best thing right there. I'm pretty sure he would have run through that daggers, but okay.
That's a friendly looking shadow.
No, 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 no. Ugh. Get back a bit.
Victory awaits.
I need to do something with her, I think. I need to... Oh wow, did not expect that. Didn't expect him or to.
On the victor's path.
Did not get him, did I?
I know just what to do.
Oh wow, that's... Oh, it killed both of them. I didn't think it would. I didn't realize to do that. Okay. So we're gonna end this turn here. I really need to get Will to end that.
The blade will not bend. Two steps at a time.
How is he disadvantaged? Passes.
I'm fury. I am death. My path be true. My faith will protect me. On my way.
Okay, he's down to 4 hit points. Ah. All right. Let's see what we got here.
It's been a long day. I'll need to rest soon.
What's inside?
Draw poison. Gold chalice.
Another step forward.
Will heavily encumber.
Hells! The Absolute's forces have taken Father to Moonrise Towers.
What's in here?
Hells! Father's been taken to Moonrise. Shit, shit, shit! That name, Gortash. I know of him. A so-called military advisor to the Baldur's Gate elite. A weapons dealer, in cruder terms. We must rescue Father from Moonrise. He is a powerful man, the most beloved duke in Baldur's Gate. Should the Absolute cultists infect him, there's no telling the damage he might do when he's returned to the city. Not so enchanting as you'd think. The Portiers, the Caldwells, they were the blue bloods hosting the fancy balls and drinking from gold goblets. Father's the son of a blacksmith, born with barely a coin in the coffers. He made a name for himself among the Flaming Fist. Brave as Baldur and stubborn as a deep Rothay. Daring, outspoken, but hardly posh. I spent more time dueling with father than I did rubbing elbows with lords. Not to say I didn't develop a taste for good wine and a talent for courtly dance. It's been a badger's age since I've twinkled my toes. A drunk ogre could put on a better show. It's for the best. I take a tumble and splat. There goes my good eye.
Dead squirrels too. What are the arrows for? We don't use arrows, so it's weird.
Walk in the way of dawn, for Lathander cannot protect you where the light doth not reach.
Something over there.
Let's go up here for a minute. I do want to try something here.
No time to dally. Need to keep going. Let's see.
The corpse does not respond.
This one will though. See, it's glowing.
The corpse has nothing to say. The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Samuel Staxford, devoted servant of the Absolute. I summoned them to fight against Githyanki attack to buy time for the others to escape with Ravengard.
The corpse remains silent. It does not know.
General Tom's orders to bring him to the Absolute. Leader of true souls, chosen of the Absolute.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Oh well. Got some information. Doesn't look dangerous, does it?
I've got a long road ahead.
Who there, wanderer? Stay thy course a moment to indulge an old man. May I inquire if perchance you retain among your traveling companions a man who adheres to the given name of Gale? Should it be the nature of our acquaintance that interests you, well, you may safely classify Gale and I as friends. Should it be the nature of your present interlocutor that you desire to drag from the dark and unknown, I shall be glad to aid in your quest for illumination and identify myself as Elminster. Elminster Ormar. Now, if this answer satisfies you, let us linger no longer in this limbo of indecision, but settle on your knowledge of the individual I seek. Ever a man of leisure. Would it pain you greatly to assist me along the little voyage I intend to undertake to this aforementioned camp? And I would confirm it to be so. Please, after you.
It's an interesting little...
Don't waste the step.
Don't waste the step.
My thanks for your excellent guidance. Ah, and yonder I spy the object of my pursuit.
Elminster?
The very same, Gale. And a fair bit miffed he is, too, finding himself forced to expose his best pair of boots to so many miles of country road on your behalf.
I don't understand. How so on my behalf?
I was bid to spare neither time nor my own self to find you. She sent me, Gale. You know of whom I speak.
But why? Out with it, Elminster. Please.
Young man, has your sojourn away from Waterdeep washed away your decorum as well as your patience? Nigh a 10-day I've gone without honest fare, worthy of the name, drank naught but what the sky entitled my thirst. Why, some bread, cheese, and a cup of wine would appear unto me a feast. Surely you won't begrudge me a mite of rest and repast before I get out with it? And a great kindness that would be. See, Gale, even in these barren parts, the art of hospitality begets inspired new works, if only one keeps up the practice.
Oh, for the love of...
Fine, fine. I'll turn a deaf ear to the clarion calls with which my scorned stomach beseeches me. Graver matters are at hand. Plenty to digest, after all. A good deal to stew over, if you will. Words ladled with import should be savored so as to better absorb their meaning. Wouldn't you agree?
Elminster.
Right. You see, well, that is to say, Gale, my boy, I've come to address a most pressing matter. I'll speak as plainly as I can, forswearing the accustomed frills that decorate my speech. I'm here on behalf of Mistra. The message and the charge I bring you are hers.
Oh, Mistra's delicate feet are ill-suited for the hardships of the road.
You know where you went wrong, Gale. And I trust you've told your fellow traveler here the nature of your ills.
I can't say that so far I've volunteered the entire truth.
Do you mean to say you've never bothered to disclose how dangerous you are?
Not in so many words. No.
Then you two have much to discuss after I'll have taken my leave. In short, Gale, through his own doing, has become a living explosive that could wipe from this world this very gathering, and much more besides. For his folly, Mistra forsook him, but now she has decreed he is to be given a chance of redemption.
Mistra would consider forgiveness.
She would consider what she considers to be forgiveness. Mistra is aware of the misadventures that have befallen you both. She knows of your strife with the Absolute, that most insidious of evils. The very purpose of my presence, in a roundabout sort of way. You must know that the Absolute is more dangerous than you can possibly conceive. It threatens all who live, even those who are undying. It threatens the gods, the weave, the very fabric of the universe itself. That is why I have come here to charge you, Gale, with its destruction. It is Mistra's belief that only you can.
The All.
Precisely. That which renders him so dangerous is an orb of Netherese origin that is buried within his chest. And that, Gale, is how we arrive at the heart of my directive. Mistra has granted me the power to stop the clock, as it were, on the orb's rush to overpower you. Instead, you will be able to unleash its lethal combustion at will.
Interesting. This could be help, or hindrance. We shall have to see.
You must find the heart of the Absolute, whatever that may be, and use yourself as the catalyst that will burn it from this world.
He is not. But it seems that Mistra is.
It brings me no pleasure saying this, my friend, but such is Mistra's will. Yours must be the sacrifice that will undo the Absolute, and for your sacrifice you will be redeemed. Such is Mistra's promise. With that, I've said my sorry piece, and need only bestow unto thee the charm I was bid. Meine hastra mistrariel, Italion, thras annas distra. It is done. Both charge and charm have been committed into your care. To you, I commit into care Gale himself. I count on you to shepherd him well on this strangest of journeys.
Or some other fortune altogether.
Like moons make swell and wane the nescient seas, so too the sky-strewn gods ordain the tidal fates of mortal days. And yet, an ocean born in lonely hours, come ebb, come flow, come all that is beyond the breadth of our dominion. Be a moon unto yourself. Even the waves of fate can break upon the shores of will. Farewell, my friend.
Farewell, Elminster. I'm glad she chose you.
Okay, well, let's talk to Gale now.
An audience with Elminster is never less than memorable. Suppose it's time we dealt with the Hollyphant in the room. You have questions for me? I promise I have answers. Ah. Well, that's a rather long and complicated story. I'm what one might call a wizard prodigy. And from an early age could not only control the weave, but compose it, much like a musician or a poet. Such was my skill that it earned me the attention of the mother of magic herself, the Lady of Mysteries, the goddess Mystra. She revealed herself to me and she became my teacher. In time, she became my muse, and later even my lover. I am, after all, the villain of the tale. We enjoyed each other's company. Body, mind, and soul. But even so, I desired more. You see, no matter how powerful a wizard we mortals can become, we never scratch more than the surface of the weave. Mystra keeps us in check. There are boundaries she doesn't let us cross. Yet, every time I was with her, I stood on the precipice, gazing into the wonders that lay beyond. I sought to cross her boundaries. I tried to convince her. I pouted. I pleaded. Swore my ambition was only to serve her better. She only smiled and told me to be contented. Inconceivable as it seems to me now, I shared a bed with a goddess, and yet I wasn't satisfied. So I sought to prove myself worthy to her instead. We come now to the crux of my folly. Shall I share the story behind it, or would you rather head straight to its sordid finale? Very well. Here goes. Once upon a very long time ago, a mighty lord lived in a tower. A flying tower, to be precise. I'll save his history for another time, but the gist of it is that he sought to usurp the goddess of magic so that he could become a god himself. He almost managed, but not quite. His entire empire, Netheril, came crashing down around him as he turned to stone. The magic that was unleashed that day was phenomenal. Roiling like the prime chaos that outdates creation. Even the weave itself could not withstand the onslaught. It fractured, then shattered, and all magic was lost to the mortal realms, until the day Mystra returned. She restored the weave, reuniting all its scattered shards. Or so I thought. Until, in the course of my studies, I learned of a book. Netherese tome in which a piece of the fractured weave had been sealed beyond her reach. What if, I thought, what if, after all this time, I could return this lost part of herself to the goddess? The answer was to try. The outcome was to fail. I was certain that this deed of raw power, draped in romance, would convince Mystra to take me by the hand and welcome me into her hitherto forbidden domains. I was mistaken. I obtained the fabled book and took it into my study. As for what happened next... Here. Place your hand over my heart. Let me show you.
You feel the tadpole quiver as you realize Gale is letting you into the dark.
You see through Gale's eyes, staring down the corridors of a dread memory. The book bound and suddenly opened. Inside there are no pages, only a swirling mass of blackest weave that pounces. Its teeth, its claws, it's unstoppable as it digs through and becomes part of you. And gods, is it ever hungry.
Thankfully, the moment I absorbed the fragment wasn't enough to kill me outright. It was only the beginning. This Netherese blight, this orb, for lack of a better word, is balled up inside my chest. And it needs to be fed. As long as I absorb traces of the weave from potent enough sources, it remains quiet. Were it ever to fully destabilize, however. I will erupt. I don't know the exact magnitude of the eruption, but given my studies of Netherese magic, I'd say even a fragment as small as the one I carry, it'd level a city the size of Waterdeep. Fortunately, this need no longer be a concern. Not until I meet the heart of the Absolute, whatever that is.
Okay. Well, that was Gale's backstory, at least part of it. Okay. On that note, we're gonna... Good place to stop the video, I think. We are gonna camp when we get back. Appreciate you joining us, and we'll continue this next time.